Alright guys, Mr. O back today. I'm going to do a video using the calculator and graphing inequalities. So first things first, we go to our apps button, and from there, now yours might be a different number, depends on what type of calculator, what operating system, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, we're going to use the Inequalz app. In my case, it's number 7. You can either get this screen, which just means it's turning on for the first time, or if yours is already on, you'll get a screen that looks something like this. In that case, just push number 1 to continue. Now, big key to know that you're in the Inequalities app, you notice that you should have the x equals right there in the top left corner, and you should have this quit app as options now instead of just plot 1, 2, and 3. And what this allows us to do is, on the x equals, if you have just a number, x equals some value, then you can put that right there and type that in, and it will graph that for you. But anyway, we're going to practice right here on number 2. So first things first, I need to get the inequality to match. And in order to do that, arrow back to the left so that you've got the entirety of the y1 in a rectangle. Color, I usually don't mess with this because they've already got set up to several different colors. But right here when it says the equals, this is where you can arrow left and right until you get to the less than or equal to sign, and it's going to change the style for you. And now we just type in exactly what our function is after we arrow to the right twice. Again, for fractions, alpha y equals, and then x minus 5. Okay, so 3/5 x minus 5. Now, if you want to see what your final picture is going to look like, zoom 6 for the first time. So we know our picture should end up looking something like this. Now let's get some accuracy to it, just in case we can't count the lines very well. So a lot of ugly fractions in this, and I only say ugly fractions because a lot of my students don't like fractions. I myself love them. But let's find the ones that have just integers. So 0, -5. I see that. So I'm going to go ahead and plot 0, -5 on our graph. 0, -5. So there's that dot. And then now I need to scroll in my table until I find another one that has 2 integers so I can graph that. So I need to go 5, -2. And from that, using a straight edge, freehanding it slowly to the best of your ability, and I apologize in advance because you all know I can't freehand on this computer very well. And there we go, best of my ability. Now, why did I do a solid line? Solid line because it has the equals to underneath of the inequality. I see a solid line, I draw a solid line. Plus, we already cheated and looked at the graph too. But that's how you get the accuracy in your graphing. And now, less than or equal to, I have to shade below that line. So that would look something like that. And again, if we go back and check, that graph looks very, very similar. Now, notice the window sizes aren't quite the same, but I still see pretty much the same graph. So there you go, guys. That's how to do inequalities on your calculator in the y equals. But I want to show you one more real quick, and it comes to the x equals. So let me scroll down until I get, here we go, number 10. So if I go back to my y equals, clear this out, And some of you are going to be like, well, wait, Mr. O, that's not an equal sign. It doesn't matter. It's off. It's not going to be used. So whenever you come back in and change it again, you'll be fine. But anyway, x equals. So let's get our inequality matching first. Works just the same way as the y's. So I've got it as greater than or equal to. Arrow to the right twice. Now type in -2. And graph. Notice I have that vertical line going through -2. So -2, and that is a solid line again because we have the equals to underneath of it. So draw my solid line. Again, best of my ability with this mouse. Now, where are the x values greater? Well, that'd be everything to the right. So hopefully that helps any of y'all out with the graphing on the TI-84 plus CE with the Inequalities app. If you have a different version of the calculator, the Inequalities app is going to work just a little bit different. But for my students, this is what they need to see. So anyway, guys, good luck. Hopefully you are more comfortable with this now, and definitely watch the video as many times as you need just to become more and more comfortable with it.